What up, Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries? I'm your host, Trey, and welcome back to the Bat Channel, your main hub for all things Batman. I have a special giveaway for you guys. All you have to do is share this video and tweet my account, my personal account, at Trey Austin Music, or if you're on Facebook, just tag the Bat Channel. We'll put all those in the description below. If you guys share it and tag me, I'll randomly pick one of you to receive this really cool poster from Victor Koo, who was personally chosen from Zack Snyder himself for the winner of the Fan Justice League poster. Here it is right here. This video right now doesn't do it quite justice, but it has that metallic look to it. It's so cool. I have one myself. I even have the really big one in my room. This could be yours. All you have to do is share the video. Thank you guys so much for your support.
Question. How do we call? He gave us a signal.
DC fandom was just this last weekend. Such a cool event. Such a cool event. If you didn't have a chance to watch it, man, did you guys miss out. As you may already know, they split up the content basically because they had so much. So they're saving a lot of the comic book stuff for September 12th, I believe it is. So we're going to have even more to talk about as that day approaches. But we have so much Joker War tie-ins that happened that were released this last week. So let's go ahead and get into that with our comic book part 1 segment in this upcoming show. So let's review the new Joker War Collateral Damage tie-in with Nightwing issue number 73, subtitled Son of the Joker. It's written by Dan Jurgens, penciled by Ryan Benjamin, inked by Richard Friend, and colored by Rain Barreto. The cover is Travis Moore and Alejandro Sanchez. Let's recap from issue 72, where Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, encounters the new Joker family with his new partner Punchline and Rick Grayson, Nightwing, who is currently under Joker's mind control. Issue 73 begins with Batgirl chained to this pole in an arena where these Coliseum crazies are chanting, "Fight, fight, fight." Nightwing is reflecting on an altered past that the Joker has taken some darker creative liberties with. It appears Joker has written himself as Dickie Boy's savior and mentor instead of the madman who murdered his parents. It's a mirrored story between Batman and Robin, now Joker and Nightwing. Well, it looks like Bloodhaven is ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Because tonight's main event is Nightwing versus Batgirl. By the Joker playing heel, this will be an unfair match as Batgirl's still tied up when, ding ding, the bell rings. But similar to Batgirl number 47, which was also a Joker War tie-in, she's calculating her moves and she's playing her opportune moment to survive. She knows Dick is slower from being brainwashed. He doesn't have as fast as reflexes. But she also knows his training, and she is used to being the handicap match, you know? And so she's taken certain precautions to give herself a fighting chance. Now she breaks free from her binds and let the fight begin. When you take this fight between them with, you know, Nightwing's ruthless mentality from Joker's influence, Joker's like a proud father at this moment. Just knows how to hurt the Bat family. But he has a plan up his sleeve that's about to make it worse when he orders Punchline to blow up the children's hospital tributed to Alfred.
Oh, hell no! Okay.
As the epic showdown continues and Batgirl's trying to find a way to get Dick back in the driver's seat and remind him who he truly is, we flip over to Punchline, where she has made it to the hospital and the goons have the bomb set, and oh man, she then lures the Bat family using a communicator from Batgirl's utility without calling for help. And of course Drake Robin answers and is on the way. You know it's gonna get crazy, right? Batgirl's attempt to get through to Dick fails, but she overhears this Joker's plan to blow up the children's hospital and makes it her prime objective to stop them. She abandons the fight and is able to escape and race towards the hospital. A few blocks away from the hospital, we see Red Hood and Drake meet up, and they believe something was off about Barbara Gordon Punchline's call, distress call to help. And of course, using that insecurity and suspicion to the Joker's advantage, Nightwing shows up. And of course, the Bat family is unaware that he's brainwashed, and Dick is playing a double agent and tells them that Batgirl has been brainwashed by the Joker, and she plans to blow up the hospital. They have to do whatever is necessary to stop her. Nightwing issue 74 continues with the Joker War in the Shredded and the Shattered. Oof. It's getting good in the Joker Wars, folks. Now, the other Joker War tie-in, we come to Harley Quinn's series finale. We're here. Issues number 75. Subtitled Happy Birthday Harley Quinn, and it was written by Sam Humphries. There were quite a few artists and story writers for this one, like Sammy Basseri and Nicola Scott, Ray McCarthy. Cover is by Gillum March and Toronto, I think. But the cover, the variant cover with Frank Cho and Sabine Rich is really cool with Punchline and Harley Quinn. This is kind of like an interesting tie-in. Really, the majority of the book has nothing to do with the Joker War. It's all kind of in celebration of the growth Harley Quinn has gone through, throughout this series of Rebirth. But we begin with multiple fun stories about Harley Quinn as she wakes up and she is tied to a chair, and to her surprise is surrounded by Harley Quinn fanatics. They're all celebrating with her by doing a birthday roast with your host, Bernie the Beaver. With Harley Quinn books, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hilarious. To start the roast, they have the Trinity, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, tell you about a really fun story of who Harley Quinn is. Kind of a running theme in this portion. I really dig this story because it has this whole Super Friends, Justice League thing going on, and they're fighting this giant Soviet cyborg. And of course, HQ is what the hell do I do in this situation? I'm just a clown, basically. It's a very comical scene. I love it. But she's like, oh, I'm just gonna dance, and I bet you can't boogie like me. And of course, in a comical way, the cyborg is like, I can't do this.
There is only one kind of dance, the robot.
And the robo boogie.
Oh yes. Two kinds of dances.
Finally, robotic beings rule the world. The humans are dead.
It explodes. at this like really great moment, like after Justice League like gets the hell out of there, Harley Quinn is running and Superman yells at her and says, "You destroyed Martha's vineyard." And Batman responds, "Who said Martha?"
Why did you say that name?
Well, the next roaster is Ivy, and she does this like whole carnival festival. Harley Quinn's selling butt nuggets. Ridiculous, right? Just like a ridiculous story about like how everyone's, taking advantage of her. And like, I think as we all know, Harley Quinn doesn't care for being the intended target of a punchline. So she begins working out of her ropes during this roast. And now we get like stories, the roast continues with like Amanda Waller telling this great story with the Suicide Squad of how a terrorist takes over the White House and has like the cabinet and like 18 lines of succession from the president, hostage, and that the Suicide Squad has to go in there and save them. And Harley Quinn like busts through the White House and kills not only the terrorists but the cabinet, so Amanda Waller becomes president. And of course, the Suicide Squad's like, "Great job, you frickin' idiot!" Like, ugh. Anyways, Harley's able to break free from the ropes and looks for sweet revenge for those who humiliate her. And we get like a few other stories in there. There's a really cool one where they use the animated Batman series that kind of comes to a full circle, where she accepts all these personalities of her don't represent who she is as a character, but she embraces her fears and puts herself in like a healthy mindset of where she's going to go with her life. The birthday roast ends with, everyone basically turning into balloons, and it disappears, and she wakes up into her apartment with her roommate who has made her like birthday cupcakes, and they celebrate. So it was a nice like character growth kind of nod to Harley Quinn as everything she has progressed through the story. But now with the Joker War tie-in that's called After the Laughter, and it was only like 8 pages long, it starts right from the ending of Batman issue 93. In fact, it's almost like shot for shot, right? And it ends with Punchline has like sliced Harley Quinn's neck and has her goons throw Harley Quinn into the sewers. And like as Harley Quinn is sinking to the bottom of the sewers, she's like hallucinating this weird guardian angel inner demon thing that looks like a fox, with like Harley Quinn colors to her. And basically tells her that, like, yeah, you're dying, Punchline's better than you, hotter than you, in every way. And she's a far superior replacement to you, Which obviously pisses off Harley Quinn. And it's kind of like a motivation, like, oh, I'm going to get out of this. Like, I'm going to get her. So this foxy angel, has that Harley Quinn sass and uses moments from Harley Quinn's past that kind of relate to the situations she's in. Like as she's drowning, she imagines a time where she almost drowned with her brother watching her, and she had to figure out herself to get up to the top of the surface. And she does, and of course she beats the hell out of her brother in the memory, but she gets out of it. And when she surfaces, she passes out, but it doesn't like end there. Like, of course, like there's one thing after the other for Harley Quinn, right? A silly gang called the New Spring Bridge Soldiers have taken her, and they plan to use her for a ransom towards Joker because they believe Joker's gonna want her. Harley Quinn has another flashback from her foxy angel that gives her the strength to keep fighting as that sassy fox taunts that her death is near. They use like a situation from her, like she had a gig in high school, in a rock band, and I guess the gang had a guitar with them. It was kind of interesting. And she uses this guitar to beat the hell out of them, and of course her neck is bleeding out. So leave it to Dr. Harleen Quinzel to, you know, figure out a way to get out of the situation and survive. She takes the guitar strings and sews herself up with it. Very rockstar, and it leads into I think it's Batman 96 and 97, where we see her rescue Batman, and she has that, you know, Frankenstein-looking stitch mark. It's kind of the, you know, from where that came from. As she closes her wounds, she accepts that while Punchline may be younger, hotter, and blah, 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 she is certainly not as tough because she is Harley freaking Quinn. Not gonna lie, that was a fun, badass comic of Harley Quinn. A great series finale for HQ. Can't wait to see where it continues on from there. The Joker War tie-ins have been pretty fun, pretty crazy, and it only is showing the craziness of what's going on, you know, in Batman's world as the Joker War continues. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your fellow Bat family. And don't forget to tune in next week. Same Bat time, same Bat channel.